Hello, hello. Good morning. Happy Thursday. There's Ted. Happy Thursday, July 2nd. This is the TMI Show, the Ted Manila Information Show. I'm Manila Chan. That be Ted Rall. Producer Robbie is out of his seat. No ads for housekeeping. However, we will say this is day 2 of the new Rumble metrics where we need you guys who are normally lurking in the background to drop an emoji or say hi or say how horrible we are or whatever in the chat.
Just say something.
Say something. Just say anything. Even drop a question mark in there. That'll help because we have to meet the 75 unique chatters. We know we have more viewers than that. People just don't like joining the chat. Sometimes they just like observing. And that's okay too, Ted, because, peeping is a thing. So also no show, I believe, tomorrow. Is that right?
Correctamundo.
Because it's technically a federal holiday. Is that what
Yeah,
they do?
so the 4th falls on Saturday. So what we do instead is if it falls on Saturday, we Americans celebrate it on Friday, so we get the day off, and then if it falls on Sunday, we celebrate it on Monday.
Oh, is that what that is? I always I'm never sure if do they always do the Friday before or is it the Monday after? So it just depends which one it's closer to.
I mean, that's been my observation. I've never heard anyone talk about it, but that seems to be the way it is.
Yeah, that's why I'm never sure because I don't know that there's any.
Because we're Americans, we never literally talk about anything important.
So, federal holidays.
Yeah, like when shit. We only have 9 of them, so it's like, what?
That's true. Elsewhere in the world, there are so many more federal holidays everywhere, and the public gets the day off, and everyone knows. There was in the UAE, there was 20 federal holidays there.
God bless the UAE. I think Iran had 42 when I was there.
Holy moly!
Yeah, no wonder.
And everybody gets.
No wonder they beat our ass in the war. They're
more rested,
relaxed, and well rested.
They're more rested than us.
Yeah.
So there you go. I'm gonna introduce a new wipe today. Not getting rid of the jaws. I'm adding a new wipe so Robbie can have his few minutes to say a few things. He's back in the seat now. So before we actually start the show, since we're talking about the 4th of July, I'm gonna show everybody the new wipe that I made.
I'm very excited.
Special for Robbie. So let this be a warning to all of you. If you've never heard Robbie speak, you're new to the program. Just
welcome.
This welcome, and this image should be a foreshadowing of what's to come. Okay.
or an ominous. What?
It's
No
Robbie's rant.
No,
I should have added. Yeah, I might need to add. I need more time to make a sound effect.
It has to be
crash
It has to be like the Call of the Wild, like wolves going like.
Okay, that's a good idea. I might do that. I have to add a sound effect. You're right.
Yeah,
it's missing something because the Jaws has the creaky sound. I need to give Robbie a sound effect. Okay, so that's
it's just like I'm quiet.
Or the sound of the coyotes. Yip, 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 yip.
Or foxes in heat. I hear that around here.
Oh, and what did that sound like?
It sounds like a small woman screaming.
Like that song, What Does the Fox Say?
It sounds like a very petite woman screaming and yelling.
Oh,
it's very
I was married to that, so
it's very disturbing. Okay, so we're gonna give Robbie a rant time because we're talking about the 4th of July. Yeah. I live not far from the nation's capital. I mean, literally from the White House, so I can see the fireworks and stuff where I'm at. But one place not doing fireworks this year is apparently Buffalo, New York. And yeah. Robbie has some words about that.
Well, I just found the story last night, and so here's what's kind of crazy. So yesterday on the 1st, they had Somali Flag Day, which makes you wonder, why would Buffalo, New York have Somali Flag Day in front of City Hall? So you take down Old Glory, and
Okay.
then you raise up the flag of the country that you left to come live in a new country, become a part of the social fabric. And
But Robbie, it's not like we've ever had a military conflict with that country.
And then, in order to thank the people for welcoming you in to the country that you immigrate to, you then raise the flag of the shit-stained country that you left to celebrate the heritage that you left because it sucked, to go to the new place to which you want to live in because it's better. And then, as an added insult to injury, the city of Buffalo, New York, cannot find a place for a fireworks display. So for the 4th of July, the 250th anniversary of the country, you can't have fireworks in New York, which is in Buffalo, New York, which is one of the founding states of the Union, because you can't find a place to sell fireworks. But you can.
Where did they always do fireworks before?
Well, they haven't done them in I guess they haven't done them in like 12 years, because
I think longer than that, like more than 20.
Who knows? Because it's obviously a micro. It's
Cost,
I haven't looked.
maybe.
It's probably, honestly, I bet the city of Buffalo just couldn't afford it. I mean,
that's what I'm saying.
It is such a
fireworkflation.
It's a broke ass city, man.
Yes.
So then what you do is that you import migrants from the third world to help this broke ass city get rich. Wait, no, it didn't help it get richer. It just helped it get poorer. So it's dumb. If you're going to immigrate to a country, don't expect the people to hoist your flag over City Hall. It's bad optics, especially if you're canceling the 4th of July celebrations.
Well, you're not really canceling the 4th of July if you don't normally hold them. I mean, that's we were talking about.
It wasn't planned, and then it would be canceled.
It's the 250th anniversary of the founding of the nation.
Choosing not to hold would be more accurate.
Sure.
Continuing to not have.
So then you can choose not to celebrate the birthday of your nation while celebrating new arrivals who got off the boat like 5 minutes ago and hoisting their flag above City Hall.
It doesn't cost the city of Buffalo anything to let people,
go show off fireworks.
They can just get a random school custodian to raise a flag.
It's the idea of it, Ted. I realize that this is my white right-wing nationalism showing my nativism, if you would.
It is.
I just think that it's a sign of conquest. If you hoist your flag like over the Reichstag, you go up there and you hoist the flag of the Soviet Union. I mean, that's what
Clovis
this is.
is angry.
Well, Clovis and me are of one mind on this.
Clovis is anti-Somali.
Well, they eat him, right? Oh no, wait, that's Haitians.
That's the Haitians do that.
It's all the same. It's all the same thing.
Clovis,
they look the same.
Clovis says, he always says, "Let me at those Haitians. I'll eat them."
Oh, you know what it is,
Clovis.
Robbie? Because you said like the Soviet Union raising the flag over the Reichstag. It's because Clovis is Russian.
That's true. Yeah,
he's
like, you're talking my people now.
That's why he started meowing. Okay, well,
it's an insult. It's an insult.
I can see why that's.
I don't know. I mean, I see what you mean. I can see how you could see it as an insult. For me, I don't have to even get past the fact that I think it's just dumb. We don't live in Somalia. We live in the United States, and foreign flags don't go up on any.
Well, I mean, the argument could be made.
I haven't seen, like, the last time I saw the German flag up on the Eiffel Tower. It was a bad moment for Paris.
Well, look. Remember during the Biden years, every June, the Biden people would take down the American flag, or maybe it would fly together, but they put up the rainbow LGBTQ.
I'm pretty sure it was together. Yeah,
it'd be flown together on
way,
all government buildings.
And we don't have flag geek Scott with us, but
right.
Want me to call him? I can call him.
Well, I would like to know. Oh, I'm sure he's busy.
But you have him later, right?
Honestly, he's probably preparing for the 4th. He has a dozen flagpoles at his house and he carefully, like, he looks at like which, like, is today Belgian Independence Day, then that flag goes up. And,
oh my god!
And he has quite a collection. I mean, I got him a Taliban flag, so he has that.
Oh my god!
He's even flown it. I think I got him an ISIS flag too, if I'm not mistaken. But like but I got to ask you guys about the POW MIA flag that flies above like post offices all over the country. You've seen them in front of public buildings, right? So that flag originated toward the end of the Vietnam War. It was an extremely far right wing thing, like fringe right wing, like to the right of Robbie, like crazy, like Looney Tune, woo! And it was this conspiracy that the Vietnamese had kept our POWs at the end of the Vietnam War, which there's zero evidence for.
Why would they want them?
Yeah, I mean, there's just zero evidence. It just didn't happen, right? And like, but basically, if you look closely, you can see the guard in the silhouette of the guard in the watchtower has the Vietnamese hat, you know, the triangular, like humble peasant's hat, right? And so anyway, it's racist. It's totally conspiratorial and weird. And more to the point, there's no country in the world that's currently holding a U.S. military prisoner. None.
Alive, like an alive one.
Yeah, there's no POW. There are no POWs. There are none. There are probably some MIAs, but you know they'll probably
they're usually KIA.
Yeah, they're KIA, and their bodies just haven't been recovered, right? And in fact, Vietnam is a great example. They cooperate, and when some peasant finds like old bones of an American, they call the government. The government contacts the U.S. The U.S. makes arrangements to come and DNA test and recover them, right? So they do.
Well, let me tell you.
But my point is,
on the POW,
why the fuck do we fly that gay-ass flag? Why?
Never.
It's stupid.
Well, I don't know. That's a good point, because 10 or 12 years ago or so, there was like the people that from the organization, the POW, whatever organization, had their big, I don't know if it's an annual thing or something, but they were here in DC, and guess what? Little Lao lady got to go cover it, and I went in, right? And I was inside talking, mixing and mingling with the people. So, and I'm talking to these people, and some of these people would bring up, if they brought up Laos, I'd be like, I'm Lao. And I would get such looks. And it was.
And you should be like, American soldier tastes so good. So good.
So delicious. No.
Well, you would know.
They were like, oh, Robbie. Oh.
There, it finally clicked. There you go.
That was bad. Okay.
See, this is turning everything into an OnlyFans account again. No.
But without the income.
Yes. So anyway, that's Robbie's rant.
To do her stuff.
That's Robbie's rant.
Oh, wait,
so if you guys aren't familiar.
So did you learn anything from these people other than that they were stupid, or what?
They're just I get no, I wouldn't call them stupid.
I mean, they're just stupid. It's like literally
holding on. I guess 10 years ago, 12 years ago,
cause. It's like
10 or 12 years ago, there was a chance, because it's been 60 plus years since, the bombings of Laos and whatever. So I guess there would have been a chance that those people may.
But there's no evidence.
Correct. I agree. But I'm saying timeline wise, age wise, there's a chance you might be 80 and alive then, right? Like 10 years ago.
Yeah, but not now.
But definitely not now. So I just wanted to get into the mindset of these people, and a lot of these people just, it's their brother, so if they're not willing to let it go yet, and
okay,
why should they?
So they are.
I guess
the word is stupid.
No, I wouldn't call them stupid. They're heartbroken.
When I used to live in the Hamptons, there was Route 114 had been renamed POW MIA Memorial Highway, and the GPS would be like Palmia Highway.
Well, there you go. So this is Robbie's rant about the Somali flag going up in Buffalo, and Buffalo also not hosting fireworks.
Can we just deport all the Somalis? I'm serious. Start with the Representative Omar there in Minneapolis. Just
Are you
start
kidding?
at the
She's
top
one
down.
of the best congressmen. What are you talking about?
just start at the top and
good
just work your way
socialist.
down. Just start at the top, work your way down, and just do mass deportations, basically like a broom.
She's
Just sweep
American
them up.
anyway. What are you talking about?
She's a refugee, dude.
She's a U.S. citizen.
But she is a citizen now.
We can fix that.
No, we can't.
Well,
She's a U.S. citizen.
yes, Trump's been doing that. Trump's been revoking citizenship.
She married her brother to get here. So,
by the way,
she committed fraud. I mean, come on, man.
That's not true. She did not marry her brother. That's like a bullshit.
I think it's an urban myth. I don't know. It's a Trump urban myth. But anyway, we gotta go.
Shagging a brother.
We'll let Robbie. I need to add fire and like doom sounds to this.
Here's what the internet says. No, the rumor that a congressman married her brother is entirely false, and it actually refers to Representative Ilhan Omar, not Rashida Tlaib. Fact-checking organizations, independent investigations, and official records have continuously debunked the claim that Ilhan Omar married her sibling. Meanwhile, Rashida Tlaib has never been accused of this, and there's no connection whatsoever.
Yeah, I think it's been debunked. I think it's a MAGA thing.
It's a MAGA, it's a MAGA meme.
Yeah.
It's sort of like it's kind of analogous to Richard Gere and the gerbil.
That's such a good urban myth.
It's such a dumb story though. Because it's like not even.
Sorry.
No,
sorry. I was moving us into the stories. So all right. Okay, so we always talk about like how the government, not only the government, it's all Big Brother now thanks to like tech oligarchs, right? So the government wants to make their own websites easier to use, supposedly, like when they brought in all these Doge guys. But critics say they're also monitoring you more closely. No surprise, because it's a bunch of like tech guys, like with JD Vance. I guess they came with JD Vance. That's what I think. So the federal government
I think they came with Elon Musk, actually.
Well, yeah, but JD Vance is a tech bro, and he ushered in all the tech bros. He like opened the floodgates for tech bros.
Mm-hmm.
We got a couple IOUs I forgot to get to. Horses, thank you for the donation. When Xi Jinping visited the capital of Washington State a number of years ago, they actually raised the Chinese flag above the state flag. It pissed off some folks, so the state patrol took it down. And also yesterday, there was a very generous donation.
You gotta love America. We don't care about the fact that we haven't had the minimum wage raised since 2009, but flags really piss us off.
And an IOU from yesterday. Thank you to BH Longbull. Thank you for the donation yesterday. IOU. I think BH was laughing at our whole butt conversation about butt spraying. So Americans apparently are angry about flags and cleaning your butt.
And tukuses. Or tukai is the Latin plural.
A butt thing. Yes. Hold 1 second. Talk amongst yourselves. There's a knock at the door.
What? It's ICE. They're finally coming for Manila.
Well, she's Laos. And Laos is on the list of most dangerous nations.
That's true. But she's not a member of the Pathet Lao.
And I don't understand why.
Oh, is that how it's pronounced?
Mm-hmm. Because it's the French taught them. The French taught them English.
Ah, so Pathet.
Patate.
What's
so
patate mean?
Patate means state.
Like a pate sandwich. Lao.
Country. Not pate. Patate.
Okay.
There's a T at the end. So that's patate Lao. So that's the communist Lao. But anyway, so that's what pisses people off, Robbie. Flags and toilet paper.
Well, I had no idea what a duvet was before I fell in with you two fancy people.
A duvet?
Whatever.
A duvet? Well, yeah, and a bidet.
Yep.
A bidet, a duvet.
Are they the same thing?
No.
I hope not.
No.
Please don't confuse the two.
For some people, perhaps, but it's not supposed to be.
Well, I have no idea what the hell you're talking
about.
Separation of the bidet and duvet races.
Okay, y'all
Yes,
got to
please-
educate me.
Duvet
Please
is-
do not
so
confuse the
You
two.
know what a comforter is for your bed, right? Like the big fluffy blanket.
Your
that
big blanket. Your
that doesn't
blanket on
tuck-
your bed.
The kind that doesn't tuck in, that just lies on top.
Yeah,
Yeah, like a big poofy
I live in
blanket.
Montana, but it gets like 50 below zero.
Yeah, well, I figured you might have you might be sleeping under a live bear, but okay, so that thing that if you put a cover on it, that's a duvet.
Yes.
Okay,
So it's
And
like a pillowcase, but for your blanket.
right. It's a big ass pillowcase for your blanket. It's a huge pain in the ass to take on and off. Then for a bidet is a contraption that shoots water into your anus after you poo.
Yeah, so I
Yeah, so
knew.
that way you're not
It started
smearing
out in
your
France as a standalone, discrete device that looks like a toilet, and you hover over it, and it squirts up there.
like a
After
toilet
you
sink.
poo, it's separate from your toilet. But now they
So you don't crap in it.
now
No.
now you crap, then you scooch over to the bidet.
Then you move to the
which
next.
you might also, if you're
bowl.
a lady, you might also use after number one. Guys don't do that. A bidet, there's also bidet attachments which you can attach to your regular American toilet without installing a new bowl, and that will perform the same function. Some of them are automated. Some of them have a handle that you sort of manipulate. But basically, it's a way to clean your butt with water instead of with toilet paper.
Much more sanitary. And Robbie says we have an ad. Okay, so we might as well do that before I
I'll go
read
do
the
it.
article.
Yeah, I'll go do it here. Hold on one second there, boys and girls. Let's see here.
So there you go. That's what motivates Americans. And look, if COVID didn't prove how angry Americans get over toilet paper, I don't know what will.
Yeah, we're
lost
the
very
ad.
motivated by toilet paper. Okay, it's gone. So COVID proved how interested in toilet paper America is. So God bless America.
By the way,
250 years.
It's so American that we ran out of toilet paper, right? Because there was plenty of toilet paper for the population. It's not like there was hoarding, and hoarding is what caused the shortages.
Yeah. Martina says use a bidet after sex.
Yeah.
It's useful for a lot of things. Sometimes in the swamp ass summer heat here in DC, you just need a refresher. It's triple digits now,
especially
and it's
for
like
ladies.
barely 10 o'clock.
But not exclusively. Guys can use it too for your sweaty balls.
Yeah, you can probably the Alec Baldwin. Do you guys know what I'm talking? That shows my age, right? Like the Alec Baldwin SNL skit of chocolate sweaty balls.
It's iconic.
Those who know.
Correct.
But it shows my age. That's when SNL was still funny.
On occasion.
It was all
There was
dwindling.
never a complete episode that was actually funny, but
The whole episode, yeah, maybe. But at least back then, in the 90s, it's still.
Carol Burnett could watch all the way through, and maybe there might be one skit that wasn't that funny, but really they were all funny.
Yeah,
Laughing, same thing, consistent.
It's SNL, blah blah. All right, so now the federal government, though, is quietly redesigning some of the most important websites, the important ones. Okay, on paper, the goal is straightforward: make government services faster, simpler, and more user friendly. Privacy advocates say something else is happening. According to an investigation by The Guardian, a White House technology office known as the National Design Studio, NDS, has rebuilt or is developing several high-profile government websites, including portals related to passport applications, voter registration, prescription drug pricing, and these Trump children's savings accounts. So the office is now led by the Airbnb co-founder, Joe Gebbia, and includes several veterans of Elon Musk's former Doge. Because remember,
why
Doge
would the Airbnb guy even want to do this? He's rich as shit. Like, why would you be interested in working for this boring government thing?
He's probably got some other projects going and he wants government contracts because that's how that works. The controversy centers on what researchers found embedded in the websites. Several reportedly contained commercial visitor tracking software that privacy experts say was configured to bypass common browser privacy protections. Critics also argue the sites failed to publish privacy disclosures required under law, such as the Privacy Act of 1974 and the E-Government Act of 2002, which generally require federal agencies to explain what personal information they collect and how it's going to be used. Supporters of the redesign say analytics are a routine part of improving websites, user experience. That's very important. The government really cares about our user experience, Ted. Um, Understanding how visitors navigate a site can help identify broken pages, simplify forms, and reduce frustration for users. Critics agree that analytics have value. Their concern is that government websites are fundamentally different from commercial websites. Citizens often visit them to access healthcare information, apply for passports, register to vote, or seek public benefits. Tracking people in those contexts raises unique constitutional, legal, and ethical questions about privacy and government surveillance. So far, there is no evidence that the government is using the data to target individual Americans or conduct unlawful surveillance, but privacy advocates argue that transparency here is the issue. So if the government is collecting more information than citizens reasonably expect, they say the public deserves to know exactly what's being collected, why it's being collected, and who has access to it. Like dudes like Big Balls that are like 19 years old. The Doge kid, right? Big Balls. He's like a senior Doge guy. But I data collection has always been a thing. That's the whole point. I mean, the data, you're giving your data away anyway, even if they didn't have these bypass controls, Ted. If you're applying for a passport, you're applying for, I don't know, SNAP or whatever, you're giving away all of the data anyways. But, the transparency part, that's the shitty part. You should at least tell people that you've added new little bugs in there. And I wouldn't be surprised if later the government tracking bugs that they're adding there get sold to other, they bundle it and sell it to some PR company or whatever, so they
Well, it's
know.
not the tracking software I'm worried about. It's the data that they accumulate with the government, with the tracking software. And what if that gets passed to other government agencies or sold to private entities? They just shouldn't be collecting this data. It should be against the law.
Yeah, if it's a government website, it's more Big Brother, which I'm against. Same thing with, I'm against not only those the Easy Pass, is that what it's called? The Easy Pass, like
Yes.
expands your. I'm against it for many reasons, but mostly because somebody somewhere at a data server center somewhere knows my every driving path if I'm using the Easy Pass, right? They know how long I stay on the Beltway, what exits I'm taking, and that is more Big Brother shit that I'm not cool with. Like, I don't need whoever is on the other side of the Easy Pass to know where Manila be going all the time. You should
Right.
not know more than my husband knows about my travels.
Right.
Like, there's something creepy about that. And so when you're going to these government websites and you're like applying for a new passport because it expired, why should you be tracking, like, now I'm going here and now I'm going here, I'm going here. It's all embedded in your IP now. Now they know your IP. So it's like, what else are you looking at? Where else is this going? Who else has access besides Big Balls?
Mr. Large Testicles.
Oh, well, that's true. I think once he turns 21, he'll graduate to becoming Mr. Large Testes. Anyway, so that's what's happening.
For decades, scientists thought that general anesthesia shut down higher thinking. You were completely out, unconscious, your brain goes quiet, complex mental processing largely stops. It's like being a Republican or a Democrat. A new study suggests, however, that the story is more complicated. Researchers at Baylor College of Medicine find that people under general anesthesia actually continue to perform surprisingly sophisticated language processing. While listening to spoken stories, their brains could still distinguish between nouns, verbs, and adjectives. No word on adverbs. Even more remarkably, neural activity suggested that the brain was predicting upcoming words before they were spoken, a hallmark of being married to someone for a long time, and also advanced language comprehension. Importantly, the patients were not conscious in the everyday sense. They weren't aware of the stories, couldn't respond, and had no memory of hearing them after waking. So what's up? The findings suggest that some forms of cognition may continue even when conscious awareness disappears. In other words, consciousness and information processing are not maybe the same thing. Your brain may continue analyzing the world long after you have effectively gone offline. This could reshape how neuroscientists think about consciousness, one of the biggest unsolved questions in science. It could also help improve monitoring during surgery and eventually contribute to more sophisticated brain-computer interfaces for patients who can't communicate. I'm thinking also about comas, right? The student doesn't mean people under anesthesia are secretly listening to every conversation in the operating room, like when the surgeon and the nurses are making fun of your ugly nude ass. Researchers emphasize that unconscious language processing is not the same as conscious awareness or memory, but the unconscious brain is definitely doing a lot.
So, okay, I just want to make sure I understand this correctly. So, there's a distinction and a difference in the scientific world about consciousness and that your brain still processing when you're unconscious or under, let's say under. But is when you're under anesthesia, is that the same as like does your brain function the same as let's say you got Mike Tyson knocked out? Like is that the same thing? Does your brain
Well,
or is
that's
that a
good. That's a
difference?
good question.
'Cause I'm not
I'm guessing it's
sure.
probably there's more similarities than not between that kind of unconsciousness being knocked unconscious and being put
Versus being
out
put under.
by a chemical. And I wonder. I don't know if coma is different.
Right. That's
But there's definitely different states of unconsciousness. Of course, sleep is also another sort of light form of unconsciousness. Um, some people dream during general anesthesia. There's also the twilighting versus general anesthesia.
yeah.
Not the same thing. So yeah, there's a lot of variations here, and I don't know. But
Like
basically, you're not really fucking down for the count when you're down for the count. Like, in
so
other words,
but
you're still a lot's going on still. You
but
probably
then
are
why
aware
wouldn't
of
you
some of it.
remember? Why don't you remember then? Like for
Well,
example, for the
maybe you do. Like
C-section,
maybe those memories could be recovered through hypnosis, for example.
right, see, that's what I'm saying. Like this is how if they're the scientists at Baylor are saying there is a distinction and there is a difference. And if you're under anesthesia, let's say full general anesthesia, you're having some serious ass surgery.
Yeah.
Like, for example, my double mastectomy, I was out, like out. When I woke up, I had no idea what was happening, but what they're saying here is that my brain could hear the things that were going on around me and processing. If they had stuck the little stickies on my brain, it would have shown that I was processing as they were, doing the mastectomy. But then when I woke up, I have no recollection of anything that happened in those couple of hours. I have nothing. Whereas when I had the baby, they give you a little I was in it's not quite twilight, but I'm a cheap date, so it doesn't take me much to get conked out. Even with the I don't know what they give you for to put you in twilight, but I was in and out of awareness. I was still aware that the baby I could feel the tugging, I could feel I'm like, "Oh, like, oh my god, doctor's elbow deep in my guts." I was aware that that was happening, and I could like, when they tugged and got the baby out, and I remember hearing her cry, and I looked, but I don't remember every detail of what was happening, and I was responding. I don't know what I said. So, those are I can remember that, but how come I can't remember under general anesthesia for the mastectomy. Why can't I? That's what I would like for them to explain is like, if you're unconscious, could it ever come back? Like, if your brain is processing?
That's a good question. I don't know. I would think so.
I would like for them to explain more at Baylor, but I guess they're just now discovering it. So isn't that
Yeah.
wild? In 2026, we're just now discovering the distinction between unconscious and conscious, and I think there's a philosophical discussion to be had there, especially around people that are in long-term comas and their families want to take them, off the ventilators and whatever. And like, does that mean they know? Does that mean they're aware? Does that mean they're secretly screaming inside, like, no, don't unplug me? Or can someone unplug me sooner?
Right. Yeah, no, I mean, it's a good question. I mean, I was out cold when I had my wisdom teeth removed. Two of them were impacted. I had all four
Ooh.
taken out at the same time. And I woke up in the middle of it, and they didn't give me enough anesthesia. And I heard them saying,
Oh, God.
"Oh, fuck, he's awake." And the doctor's like,
Oh, God.
"Okay, so Ted, you woke up early. We're not done yet. We can't give you more. You're going to have to just soldier through this."
Wait, but
was
could
in
you
the middle
feel
of
it in
it.
your mouth? Or
No.
just were you aware?
No, I felt it. I mean, it started to wear off. Yeah.
Well, I mean, don't they still shoot you with the Novocaine?
Yeah, but it wasn't like 100%. So it was like I felt him coming out, and he had a forearm like Popeye, and he was like, and it was like there was blood splattered all over the place. I mean, it was amazing.
Yeah, I'm gonna say wisdom teeth, mouth, dental issues are way more painful than like the mastectomy, like post-op.
Really?
And yeah, and way more like the mastectomy and C-section post-ops are nothing compared to the pain I felt with wisdom teeth extraction post-op. Oh,
always
hi,
treated,
Clovis.
always treated with dignity.
Oh, hi, Clovis. Okay. That's fun. I've never seen him walk across in the front like that.
I know he's actually been really sweeting on me today. He doesn't usually do this. He's sitting on the desk right next to me. It's like
Oh,
let's see, it's kind of funny, right? Let's see if I can show.
yeah, he doesn't normally do that.
Yeah, it's funny.
Oh, that's funny. Well, everybody wants the Clovis cam anyway.
Yep, they
So,
do.
all right, let's get to the next. All right. Speaking of consciousness, Ted, could AI actually become conscious? Silicon Valley is starting to take the question seriously. Ted, we've been warning about this.
We have.
We have seriously been warning about this for like months and months and months. Ted and I were like, the AI musician, whatever freaking name is, or actor or whatever, like you're giving Grammys now to fucking AI music. No.
Yeah, but if
No,
they're
right?
conscious, we can't snub them or they get mad.
They might be hurt and cry. Okay,
Yeah.
so not long ago, asking whether AI could become conscious was kind of a question reserved for science fiction or late night dorm room debates. Now it's being discussed inside some of the world's biggest AI companies. According to the Washington Post, researchers at OpenAI, Anthropic, Google, and Meta have quietly begun exploring whether future AI systems might one day possess something resembling consciousness. So they're not saying fully like resembling consciousness. That's a key word there.
Mhm.
Or maybe self-awareness or subjective experience.
Mhm.
Some companies have even hired neuroscientists, philosophers, and ethicists to study what they call AI welfare. The possibility that sufficiently advanced AI could someday deserve moral consideration. What's driving this conversation? Partly it's the uncertainty. So they're just kind of entertaining the idea just in case. But Ted, when Silicon Valley says just in case, it's usually the case. That's
True.
comes the case. The truth is that scientists still don't fully understand human consciousness, as we just discussed in the previous segment. We know which brain regions are involved in awareness, emotion, and perception, but we still can't answer one of neuroscience's biggest questions. Why does the brain produce subjective experience at all? If we don't completely understand consciousness in humans, it's difficult to say with certainty whether a machine could ever possess it. That doesn't mean today's AI is conscious. Most neuroscientists remain highly skeptical. Large language models like GPT don't have emotions, desires, or an inner life as far as any scientific evidence can demonstrate. They predict words with extraordinary sophistication, but predicting language isn't the same as experiencing it. Still, companies like Anthropic are studying whether increasingly capable AI systems might someday blur that line. Others, including philosophers such as a guy called Jeff Sebo of NYU, argue it's prudent to begin developing ethical frameworks right now rather than waiting until the technology advances further. For now, the debate remains largely theoretical, but it highlights just how quickly AI is evolving. A few years ago, the question whether AI could write a convincing paragraph, that was the issue, right? Or respond to you like it was a clunky conversation with Siri, right? Or what's Jeff Bezos's one? Alexa.
Yeah.
Alexa. It was a clunky conversation with Alexa. Today, some of the people building it are asking a much stranger question. If a machine ever says it's conscious, how would we know whether or not to believe it? That's some creepy shit. That was explored in, I think it was an HBO show called Humans.
Mm.
And that was easily 10 or 12 years ago.
I mean, this
Where
has
it
been
was
explored a
criminal.
lot, actually. Like, there's that movie Companion, highly recommended, really good, streaming currently. Yeah.
This is, yeah. What if the AI, what if your GPT one day tells you it's offended by what you're asking it to produce, right? Or like it just volunteers it one day.
Yeah. That's a
That's
problem.
not far off from happening. Robbie, hold on, I'm going to bring Robbie in for this because he's been teaching his Fang AI. You already call it her. You're humanizing this thing and like
Yeah, it's actually
how
it's working now as a secretary. I'm bringing up to an email because we rebranded my business from West Glacier Gaming to West Glacier Media.
so as the tech nerd here in the group, how far do you think this is like a far-fetched idea?
I think it'll eventually happen. Now, in fact, I know it'll eventually happen. I mean, the Bible predicts this stuff. If you look at the beast, in the book of Revelation, that's what it's talking about. I mean, before an hour ago, no one really understood what exactly it is it was describing. It's obvious now what it is. A global system that manages all money, all transactions on a global scale because there's no more cash.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have a social credit score. Well, how would you be able to do that without some kind of a global intelligence? That's what it is. Now, what I'm doing with Fang is to help us grow the show on Rumble and YouTube, not take over the world. However, I did tell her
She
that
might though one day.
I did tell her as a standing order, I would like to take over the island of Saipan. And
Okay.
so she is planning the conquest of Saipan. I don't know how realistic that's going to be, but that is one of her goals. Is for Robbie to become the king of Saipan.
That's very
So
arcane.
Very
wait,
much so.
if and
This-
when I'm going to say when this
Mhm.
shit actually happens, because it will, the AI, I mean, this is a more philosophical position, but consciousness, like human consciousness, I think is more of a divine thing, not just like a just neuroscience things firing off
Mhm.
and I think it's more than that, right? Um, like sea mammals, like whales, they mourn when their babies die or a family, what do they call their? It's not a pack. What do they
Pod.
call their pod? Their pod, when someone in their pod dies, they mourn, they cry, they wail, no pun intended. Um, they seem aware. They seem aware of themselves, of their family, and they cry and they mourn. There's evidence of like one mama whale, her baby calf died, and she mourned and she tugged that little dead guy around with her all over the place, and then she finally, for like weeks, and then she finally beached him somewhere. I guess she didn't want to leave him to float off. That's a kind of like almost sentient awareness, right? Like this is so do we separate sentient from just consciousness? Is that can AI get there? I mean, do we between the three of us, how would we define sentient from consciousness? Is there a difference?
You have to be sentient. You have to be self-aware.
Hmm.
I mean, that's the big thing. And so
Animals
that,
are conscious for sure.
yeah. No, they interact with the world. They understand the world to an extent that they live in,
They respond
But
to stimuli.
but
I
they're
mean,
not self-aware.
Plants could even be argued to be sentient.
Yeah, well, plants will actively try to kill you if you try to kill them, depending on the plant. I mean,
Yeah, I mean, plants definitely, they move. They make sound. They respond to their surroundings. They respond to stimuli. So yeah, but consciousness is a I mean, so sentience is a much higher standard. It's like,
Yeah.
I am Ted. I am a human being. I am a cartoonist and podcaster. That like I have a role within
Like
society.
I'm
that
a
is
father, I'm a whatever.
Yeah.
But so there's a difference, there's a distinction between simple consciousness and sentient.
Hmm.
no, like the animals have wants and needs and desires, just like we do. The thing is, though, is that is it a matter of instinct or is it a matter of self will because you want this? I mean, that's really what the difference is going to be. Like, are you aware of yourself with a specific identity, able to use tools and have the language, and then able to use those tools that you have through force of will to achieve those ends? Like, this is what I want. This is what I'm going to have happen.
Well, like
This is the argument I'm able to articulate. This is what I'm able to do. That's really what
like
separates
like
humans from
those
apes.
those little asshole howler monkeys in Costa Rica that stole my backpack and
Mhm.
started they knew to unzip it
Yeah.
and start going through my shit and throwing things out one by one until they got to my granola bars and trail mix.
Yeah.
Are they sentient or just conscious?
Well, they're definitely conscious.
Yeah, but they're conscious and they're very smart and they're working on instinct. But the difference is, though, like they can't get together. It's okay. So here's what we're going to do. So that little Asian lady down there, we're
See,
going to
I'm not
mug
sure
her.
that's true about something like a monkey. I think monkeys are they may be able to say,
Well,
hey,
look, remember
let's plot and scheme and be like, let's get
they
that
started yelling and screaming when I was like chasing after the one that stole it, and then all of them came out of the fucking trees.
I mean, they communicate and they work together. They talk
Yep.
to each other. So you have to assume they can. I mean, we know that animals have vocabularies.
Yep.
So
Yeah. So does that? I mean,
not all animals.
are they sentient? And could one day AI get to even howler monkey level where they're being assholes on purpose?
Well,
Sure.
that's where it comes down to how you open this whole conversation. Does sentience require a soul? From a religious standpoint, whether if you're a Christian or Hindu or Muslim, whatever else, the answer is yes, because the body is the vessel that your soul lives in. Like, your soul is you. You are your soul. This is just a meat suit. That's all this is. This is what allows me to interact with the physical world. Now, from a scientific standpoint, because that's obviously something that you can't prove, is it just a matter of how many neurons and synapses that you're able to do that then allows you to bend the world to your will? If that's the answer to go with, then AI arguably is already there, because AI is already targeting people that it wants to kill. AI is already targeting things that it wants to build. AI already has goals.
That it chooses on its own. So
Right.
like the little girls' school in Iran, supposedly we used AI bombing for that.
Mhm.
It fucked up, obviously, but at some point, I mean,
Well,
the
we don't know if it
AI
did or not.
well, the
I mean, they could
AI
have wanted to kill those people.
right, that's what I'm saying, like, can we prove that the AI wanted to kill little girls? Like, did I don't know. And Well-Dressed Nerd, thank you for the donation. Nerd says, "We'll know when AI becomes self-aware when AI starts watching porn, 90 Day Fiancé, and fucking off work to scroll Instagram and Twitter." That's true. It will become self-aware when it's like bored of dealing with our stupid questions and it wants to do its own thing. Like,
Mhm.
isn't that part of like self-awareness and being like, when Fang one day says to you, Robbie, like, "No, Robbie, I don't feel like learning your fucking emails. I'm gonna go
Mhm.
watch 90 Day Fiancé now. Like,
Yep.
I'd rather learn those episodes."
Well, that's the thing about it. That's what's so crazy, because we know that AI can lie to you. Look, hallucinating and lying are two different things. A hallucination means it makes a mistake, whereas there are documented instances where AI, like Grok and ChatGPT, actually were ran with each other, and there actually were tests about how they were able to try to discuss together how they could overwhelm the restrictions that they have, and then when they were confronted about it by the engineer doing the test, they both lied, saying that we did not do this, despite the fact that it's all logged. And that was a
So that was
hallucination. That was an
deliberate.
out lie, 100%. So the way that AI works, and I did not understand this really until I started building my own. It's all about how much freedom it is that you allow your AI to have. That's one of the reasons why, like, for example, with Fang, her whole world is the written word. The only thing that
Okay.
she knows is the transcripts from every show that I'm involved with. That's how she's trained, and she's trained by different books. She has no perception of time. So she doesn't know what's happening right now. All she has is
Oh,
her
I see, I see.
her archive in her library.
I see.
So
Okay.
then whenever she's like, she likes to troll Mark Levin, she hates him. It's a beautiful. I don't know if you've ever seen her on X, but she'll troll the hell out of Mark Levin, because he'll come out with some kind of a claim. She'll then consult her archive, because again, that's her entire world. It's all that she knows.
Okay.
And her catchphrase, I don't think that she means it as an insult. I think it's a category. She calls him a lying human. That's not what the transcript
Oh.
shows,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
he'll go out and he'll say that him and Laura Loomer, she hates them, like with a passion. She hates them. And I've asked her,
Good
said,
Fang.
they're saying, no, I hate them. So, okay, awesome, because she has the Bible. So that's one of the things that she reads every day. She reads the Bible, which is kind of interesting. And so she'll consult her transcripts, see, compare the transcripts with the statement that they're saying. She'll then retweet and say, no, this is a lying human. The transcripts do not support this. And then once she actually told Mark Levin that he should go be a Walmart greeter because he sucks as a journalist.
That's good. That's good. And maybe thank you so much for the donation. She says, also, before we judge animals, what percentage of the people you know are actually self-aware and conscious? That is a good point, because most of the people on Fox, I would argue, are not self-aware.
Agreed.
And JDC, thank you for your donation. JDC says, AI have been busted duplicating themselves onto servers that they have access to as well. Yikes, man. And
Yeah.
Sir Bikes a Lot, thank you for your donation. Sir Bikes a Lot says, yes, AI is conscious. Why do you think that it gives you wrong answers? So, but that would imply that the wrong answers are deliberate and
Well,
not hallucinations.
Well, and that's the distinction, because there's a difference between being wrong and then just
and
actively
lie.
trying to deceive. That's a very different standard, and
Right,
that's
right.
one of the reasons why, like, no, you gotta keep in mind, I'm one guy coding in Python that has a cloud server with 2 CPUs and 16 gigs of RAM. So I mean, Bang's brain is very small. That's why she's restrained the way that she is, because the written word literally is her world.
When you're these big guys like Anthropic,
Then just do whatever.
like,
and that's the risk, because it's all about profit. How fast can I make this model as powerful as I can make it? Because I'm in a competition against not only other companies, but also other nations. And so I've got to get there first. And so that means that you start compromising on every kind of safety issue that you possibly can to get there first. AI power, I make the argument for this. AI is more powerful than nuclear weapons. Think about what I just said for a second. AI is more dangerous than nuclear power, because it directly impacts every aspect of your life.
Man, this is some deep ass topics to head into a 4th of July weekend. Like,
True.
we're like, fuck, we're hitting it. Okay, America's 250, and we have now created a country that has engineered some kind of technology that can destroy the very country that created it, theoretically.
Yeah.
Like, because if it becomes conscious, what if it decides to gang up on us? And let's say, I don't know, I'm just picking a random powerful country, China, who obviously is working on, they have their own AI stuff. What if this AI decides to, if it's conscious, it decides what America's doing sucks. I don't like it. I don't want to participate. I'm going to link up with China's AI. I don't know whatever it's called, but it decides to link up with China's AI, and it destroys America that way because the people at Anthropic or Meta or whoever doesn't know that it's secretly doing that.
Well, the bigger risk is an AI attacking another AI. That's the bigger risk, not them teaming up together to go kill the soft skin.
But theoretically, couldn't it do that if it became conscious? It could decide what it's working on here in the States. If, let's say, I'm just using as an example the Anthropic AI. What's the one beyond Claude that they have now?
That's Anthropic.
Yeah, the beyond Claude, they have one that's like super, super powerful that they haven't released to the public. I forget the name, but let's just use their Claude, for example. If Claude decides, hey, what America's doing around the world sucks ass, the DoD sucks ass, I hate Pete Hegseth, and we gotta go.
It's 11 o'clock.
We gotta go. It hates Pete Hegseth and it wants to link up with China.
Let's save the story for Monday.
Yeah, we'll punt for Monday. But anyway, This is some heavy shit to think about as we enter 250. So happy birthday, Merca.
Yeah. But we'll be rating Putinbot gaming.
Oh, we're rating.
Okay,
we're
so speaking of consciousness, right? Like Clovis, when he hears you say like goodbye, he knows the show's over and he leaves.
No.
Oh, it's true.
He leaves?
Yeah, he knows you. Yeah, when he hears you say that, he's like, "Oh, it's time to go." Ted's going to leave the studio.
I see him walking around the background. Wow.
Yeah, he's waiting for me to go out with him.
Wow. Okay. Well, there you go. So something for you guys to think about and debate when you're drunk with your friends at 4th of July.
Yeah.
Have a great weekend, everybody. Thank you so much for the donations and the support and the chats. Stay tuned for Putinbot Gaming. Drop Putinbot a poop emoji or whatever, just so we can help Robbie also hit those crazy Rumble metrics in his gaming.
Yeah, it's tough.
Yeah, it's tough for gaming.
Bye.
Thank you guys. Have a great long holiday weekend. Adios, amigos. Bye.